Let's talk about some ways a mixed race identity can harm mental health. Number one, being told you don't belong. Mixed race people are told in so many different ways they're not enough, they don't belong, they can't be in this group. Number two, bullying. Mixed race people endure a lot of bullying, whether it's the worst case like being beat up every single day after school, having your hair cut, having your face slashed, or being excluded, made fun of, you name it. Number three, an unaccepting family. This could be parents, it could be extended family members, but a mixed race person having to deal with family that doesn't accept them and their mixed race identity is a big, big burden on mental health. Number four, being asked to prove oneself. There are mixed race people out there that keep photos of their family in their phone to show people when someone's like, no, you're not this, you're not that. They don't have to, but they pull out photos to prove, quote unquote, what their background is and why they look like the way they do. And basically they're proving their existence in the world. This takes a big toll. It can cause a lot of insecurity, lead to a lot of anxiety. Number five, having cultural connections withheld. When a mixed race person cannot connect to the cultures and the races in their background, this can lead to some self-hatred, some lack of understanding of who they are, and it can result in internalized depression that makes them hate the side or the sides of their identity that usually carry the most stigma. All right, so if you notice, the 5 things that I've listed about how a mixed race identity can negatively impact mental health have everything to do with outsiders and not the person themselves. So the very nature of being mixed race itself does not have an impact on mental health, but the way that society allows that person to exist does. And that's what I wanted to make sure we pay attention to. Thanks for watching.
I am very mixed. I have about 9 different races, but I mainly identify as African American and Puerto Rican, but both sides of those are mixed, and then as well there's Caucasian. And so for me, that video definitely resonated with just kind of trying to figure out where I fit in. Like she said, it can come from the outside or it can come from inside. And I feel like for me, it was my outside experiences and not necessarily people trying to make me feel like I didn't fit in, but things that I would kind of internalize, and as well things that I would experience with family. But I will say that I am very grateful for my family to have given me history on our family and make me feel welcome, because we are a very mixed family. So it was kind of things that I had to deal with internally.
Don, you moved some people to tears just now. I just want you to know that in the chat, I don't know if you see, but everyone is sending you hugs and lots of virtual love. Thank you so much for sharing.
We do these land acknowledgements. One of these days, we can start having heritage statements. So we can start talking about our own heritage openly.
Nearly all those things have applied to me, but I've never heard anyone acknowledge the cultural deprivation side before. Nearly everything I know about Asian culture, I had to learn myself.
For me, I feel like one of the things that really happened to my family growing up was the necessity of assimilation for survival, which then meant don't teach the younger generations what we had to unlearn for their safety as well. Raise your hand or drop into the chat if you felt that.
All of us to remember, I've mentioned this in the mixed space platforms before, and I tell this to my son who has a Filipino mom and an indigenous father. You're not parts of us. You are the whole of each of your parents and all of your ancestors. We're 100% of all the things that created us, not bits and pieces of them.
It's also, so there's like a lot of anxiety even talking about it. And I think this might be the very first time that I'm talking to a bunch of strangers that I am not feeling like overwhelming anxiety. I've come to these a couple of times, and there are some times where I'm like, oh, do I belong here? I don't know if I'm like mixed enough. I don't know if I'm this enough. And so sometimes like anytime I would just start talking, I would just start crying. And this is kind of a break though for me to be able to like say this and not be sobbing right now. So I just want to thank all you guys.
And I just want to echo in the chat what Lily said was, you belong. You really do.
I think we need to write a blog post about how there's no such thing as being mixed enough. I am shocked at how many people have echoed this over the years that we've been doing this.
Mm-hmm.
And that concept is just mind blowing to me.
Yeah.
So I really feel passionately about writing a blog post to like address this for folks in the future so they can read about how that does not exist at all.
Yeah.
And actually everybody's mixed.
So many people are mixed more than they even believe. And I think for me, where the healing started was when I started to actually embrace that I actually was mixed. And that it was like, I was not going to call myself one thing or another because sometimes I just didn't feel like that. So like, then I started calling myself mixed, and then I could go into that understanding of myself.